So here we are playing 007 Nightfire on the GameCube. And we have the title screen right here. It's definitely a hidden gem on the GameCube. And right here in the first stage right here, you have to shoot out tires. Look at that. It's pretty awesome. Now on the 64, GoldenEye 007 was really one of the best games on the 64. Now I do remember vividly playing Nightfire on the GameCube quite a bit, especially split screen. I thought the game was really awesome on GameCube. It was actually really good. And this is the first stage right here in single player. So I remember playing this back in the day when it first came out. That's I kind of messed that up, but back when it first came out, I remember playing this, and it was freaking awesome. And this is the actual main menu right here of the actual game. So you're pretty much forced to play the mind-blowing first level of the game before you even get to the main menu, just so you have an idea of how awesome this game is. This game is also a 4-player split screen, which is one of my favorite parts of the game. Now, it's one of the first games that I recall you can actually fly around drones and blow people up, which is pretty awesome. And that was the stage that we played as soon as we turned the GameCube on. Very mind-blowing stage, so now we're going to check this one out. And you have a guy right here. Boom! Bitch. How do you like that? Yeah, shoot him in the head and then he falls right out of the tower. That's pretty awesome. Look at that. Oh, shit. Yeah, so this game right here, I haven't played it forever, but I'll tell you, if you like GoldenEye, you're probably going to definitely like this game. Yeah, take that. The only thing I can tell you is this game is freaking fun as hell. It's awesome. You like that, you bastard? Oh, yeah, take that. That's what you get. Alright. Keep on going, truck. You're doing a good job. So you can also switch weapons. We have what appears to be a pistol, an assault rifle, and a it's like a sniper rifle. Look at that. How do you like that? This is one of the maps that you can play multiplayer. It's not quite the same layout, but it has the same theme. And I must say that, yeah, it's been a while since I played this on GameCube. But what I can tell you is this is probably the 007 game that you probably want to play on GameCube. The other ones are okay, but I will say this is definitely my favorite, and I consider it a hidden gem on GameCube. It's definitely awesome. If you enjoyed playing GoldenEye on 64, this will probably be, in my opinion, the closest thing to it. If not, the multiplayer is a little bit more fun, because it has a lot more stuff to it. And the maps are actually pretty good. Here's another game that doesn't really get enough credit for being a really good game on GameCube. This is Bomberman Generation. Very underrated platformer. It was a very good game. I haven't played it in years. Probably well over 10 years.
Many research.
And right away you're greeted by a really awesome looking title screen right there. That looks amazing. Their little creatures right there almost resemble something you'll see in Pokemon. And in this game, you can do either a normal battle game, which I believe is for like multiplayer. It's probably pretty much your normal Bomberman stuff right there, or you can play the platform portion of it. So this little introduction here goes on for quite a long time, but once you get past it, you're actually going to be able to play the game. Alright, so this right here is the whole map layout for different areas you can play in, which is World 1, World 2, World 3. Finally, we're in the game. Now, one thing I could probably complain about the game is this has too much reading or dialogue. This pops up. It's been a long time since I actually played this freaking game, so I have to figure out what the controls are. And it kind of resembles something like from Animal Crossing. Kind of has that look to it. So as you can see there, you can actually gain the special ability to make your bomb have an even more explosive effect than what it did before, by picking it up and holding on to it. So once again, if you pick up the bomb like this, you can actually throw it, and it becomes even more powerful than what it was before. It's actually pretty awesome. Yeah, and even playing this game now, I can tell that this game is definitely a really, really awesome platformer. Very, very underrated. So we can blow that tree up, and now we can walk across the tree. Thanks. Bam. Oh, there we go. We got a tree blown up.
Jump down into the tree stumps.
This game has a perfect combination of puzzle element and just a great action platformer. I would definitely strongly recommend this on GameCube. It's actually a really, really good game. You gotta check it out. The graphics are really, really nice looking. Yeah, especially if you're a fan of Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon. If you are a fan of either one of those games, then you definitely enjoy the visuals of this game. So here we are playing Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters on Nintendo GameCube. You heard a very, very awesome Godzilla sound effect in the background. This is the title screen right here. We have versus adventure, survival, melee, team battle, destruction, and even a gallery mode for those who are hardcore fans of Godzilla, such as myself. I love Godzilla movies. And right off the bat, you start off with 3 characters. You do have to unlock a lot of stuff in this game, but it's fun. Before you enter each stage, you have a little cutscene from that weird-looking specimen. You have awesome loading screens with all the Godzilla creatures, and this is where the game begins right here. It's the first stage where you get to kick some ass. And once again, think of this as King of the Monsters, but a new version of it, a GameCube version of it, well, with actual real Godzilla characters. It's much more improved action. So, if you were a fan of King of the Monsters or Rampage back in the day, then this is definitely not going to disappoint you whatsoever. And even the controls are really, really good. And these little utility trucks right here look like toy trucks, but you can actually throw them right at your enemy's face and twirl his ass around and do a little bit of that. I mean, that was pretty awesome. Did you see that? That was crazy. Man. Oh my god, that was a knockout blow. Picked up a freaking boulder and threw it at him like it was nothing. And then we are in level 2 right here. We're in some sort of a city. And instead of being on Monster Island, we are someplace in Japan, I believe. I didn't quite read what the stage was, but yeah, this is the second stage right here, and you can actually pick buildings up and toss them at your enemy. See if we can demonstrate that. He's trying to kick my ass. He's not messing around. We got Megalon. He's being a bitch. And back when this game existed, this was also back when games actually had really awesome cheat codes. For example, this cheat code right here actually unlocks all the levels. So you don't have to sit there and bust your ass playing throughout the whole game. You can actually just unlock everything. There's one cheat code that's actually pretty awesome. I'll actually turn the game to black and white, like an old classic Godzilla movie. Let's check that out. And as you can see here, now the game is black and white, so it kind of resembles like an old Godzilla movie. How awesome is that? Let's check this out. And now we have all the creatures unlockable, even Orga's unlockable. I mean, look at this. And now we have all the cities or levels unlockable. And look at this black and white Godzilla. It's freaking awesome. Look at that. And, nowadays, you're lucky if games even have cheat codes. Well, back, I want to say when GameCube existed, PlayStation 1, Saturn, you know, all the old school consoles, you actually had really, really awesome cheat codes that actually gave you really cool content in the game, such as this right here. Like a cool little extra that you can actually have fun with. And it feels like you're watching an old school Godzilla flick, sorta. So not only is the gameplay awesome, the controls are awesome, the graphics are awesome, but even the cheat codes are awesome. So here we are playing Geist, or Geist, however that's pronounced, on the GameCube. This is another hidden gem on the GameCube. As you can see right here, I've been playing this game already, so let's click on that. Bizarre looking loading screen that is, and just in case you're wondering, this game is sort of kind of like, I want to say, Half-Life or Halo with a little bit of paranormal mixed in. It's a really, really weird game. And one thing that's really cool about the game is right there at the bottom, you can actually see your character walking around as you walk around. And that's one of my battle buddies, and he's telling me what to do right here. So I can draw my weapon with the Y button. Alright, so now we have enemies right around the corner that we have to shoot. Now this game is a very, very underrated game on the GameCube. You can see right there we can actually do a teabag. The famous teabag that you would see in Halo. You can do it in Geist, and it looks pretty good too, as you see there. And right here we have a lot of action going on, and we headshots all over the place. This game is definitely not for the weak of heart. You can actually kill. The hit detection in this game is actually pretty awesome. So watch this. Bam! Take that. Very, very awesome shooting game on the GameCube. Not sure if there's actually a button to actually do a melee hit. Haven't played this game in forever. I believe I still own it somewhere. I think it's in my storage, but yeah, check that out. That was pretty cool. Whoa, the blood. So again, it kind of resembles something that you would get out of Halo or Half-Life, sort of. It's a very, very interesting game. It's kind of one of a kind. And as you play further and further into the game, the more bizarre it gets, because it has a lot of strange elements to it that you don't see in a normal first-person shooter. Just to give you an idea, you can actually eventually turn into a ghost, and you can possess different objects. Like you can possess cameras, you can possess, I believe there's a dog in the game you can actually possess. There's a lot of weird stuff you can do in this game. You can see right there I actually died. Check that out. That's something you would see like in Resident Evil. I wonder if, I don't remember. I remember playing split screen back in the day. It was kind of like old school. Something that you'd get on the Nintendo 64. I wonder if it's if it has bots. Let's check it out. You got capture the host. Session of death. You get the hunt mode. Check out one of these multiplayer maps right here and see how cool it is. You do have aim assist. You have all these different things you can actually put on in multiplayer mode, which is pretty interesting. Alright, so the green team. And it looks like we can actually add bots into the multiplayer mode, which is pretty interesting. So we have 3 different teams that you can play as here. We're about to ready to demonstrate the multiplayer match. I believe this is like a death match right here. And I do remember having quite a bit of fun playing this. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play this game that much. In split screen mode with a lot of friends, because everybody was already moving on to like Xbox and all that stuff. You can see right there it died. It looks like something you would see like on Counter-Strike or something. Let's see if we can demonstrate that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so right now we are actually a bomb. So if someone runs by here, you can actually blow this bomb up. Let's see if we can actually make this possible. Looks like we have an enemy coming our way right here. Hopefully he walks this way. Don't turn. Ah, bastard. Anyways, yeah, that's what it looks like when you blow up the bomb. Which is pretty cool. So we need to possess. Look at this guy. You can actually see the computer guys actually running around shooting. Yeah, the arena battles in this game are freaking awesome. They're actually very, very underrated for a multiplayer game on GameCube. You can see the maps are actually really, really nice as well. I mean, this looks like something you would see in, let's say, Resistance, the PS3 game. Kind of resembles that a little bit. You can see that's the actual ghost right there. So yeah, this game, Geist or Geist, however you pronounce it, is actually pretty damn awesome. And this right here, you can actually possess this guy. And it looks like I'm throwing mines or some type of an explosive down on the ground, so if anyone walks right there, they're going to get blown up. Yeah, so this game is heavily underrated. It's definitely an awesome split-screen game, and if you want to play a single-player arena battle game, like you just don't care about the storyline at all, it's actually pretty fun just to jump into the game and actually just play it as if you're playing like online multiplayer or something like that. Of course, the GameCube really wasn't online. You had a few games that were, but this is definitely like playing like Counter-Strike but with bots. It's actually really, really fun. Then our next hidden gem on the GameCube, of course, would be the final Day of Reckoning Part 2. Let's check this game out. And here we have the title screen right here. You have a really awesome looking arena in the background. In a second you'll see on the main menu. And if you were a fan of No Mercy or WCW Revenge back in the day on 64, this is probably the next best thing. Probably the most underrated wrestling game during that era. You have plenty of different arenas to choose from. Let's check that out real quick. Smackdown, the old Smackdown stage with the fist. You have a whole bunch of different stages right here. And this game, just to give you an idea of how it plays, just in case you never played it before. It's like a weird hybrid combination between the old AKI wrestling games and Smackdown. So it's a really weird combination, and it plays, it's probably one of the best wrestling games of all time. Now just keep in mind, this is GameCube that we're playing, and the graphics are pretty mind-blowing for 2005 standards, and even the character models look better than what you see today. And we have Triple H, the game, coming out with the water bottle, and hopefully I don't get a copyright violation for that music being played in the background, but that's what Triple H looks like right there. And as you can see there, that is the famous water bottle that Triple H holds in his hand, and he's chiseled, ripped. He has his freaking hair, his goatee, everything. It looks just like Triple H. And here we have an up-close look at all the detail. That is freaking awesome. GameCube did a really awesome job. You see all the crazy crowd effects in the background. The actual crowd looks awesome. It's amazing that GameCube could actually do that. And we have Triple H coming out, and he's about ready to spit the water out. And he's looking to the left and looking to the right. And here comes the water. He's going to spit it all over the fans on the front row. Bam! How do you like that? And to even further elaborate how great the graphics is, this is definitely one of my favorite character models on Day of Reckoning Part 2. Booker T. Five-time world champion, I believe. And he's from WCW, and he moved over to WWE. And look at the graphics on Booker T. It looks way, way better than what you see on today's consoles. That character model is amazing. I mean, the only thing that pretty much looks a little dated is the animation, but just look at that. That looks amazing. And here we have the actual gameplay itself. It looks like we have tables in the ring. And, during this era of wrestling games, probably the most popular was like the Smackdown series on PS2. At the time this came out, the Xbox 360 already came out, and you had probably the first Smackdown game that came out on the 360, I think. This game was still way better than a lot of the Smackdown games that came out. It's way, way better. It's definitely awesome. And there's also quite a few familiar faces that you might not ever see in a wrestling game ever again. Chris Benoit being one of them right there, hiding right. There's a lot of different faces you'll see that. Let me look at that Kenzo Suzuki. You haven't seen that guy in a long time. So even the Smackdown stage actually looks really, really, really good in this game. Look at Chris Benoit. It's a little eerie, but yeah, his character model looks freaking amazing. It looks real. And we have Eddie Guerrero coming out with a lowrider, and this is definitely one of the famous entrances in Day of Reckoning Part 2. Very, very awesome. Look at that. Look at the detail they put on Eddie Guerrero. It looks definitely like the real Eddie Guerrero. Great job on the GameCube's part. The animation looks awesome. Then you had JBL. Wonder if he's going to come out with this... Oh yeah, look. They actually had his limousine in the game. I actually forgot about that. With the bull horns. For some reason the bull horns is like in the middle of the hood instead of in the front. That's pretty funny. And this is the game right here. It's a Fatal 4-Way, and This might have been one of the last games I bought on GameCube. Here, Day of Reckoning Part 2, or that Chase game that I just demonstrated earlier. Those were probably the two final games I bought on GameCube. So those games came out like late, around 2005. And I do remember I bought Day of Reckoning 2 before I went into the Army, and I played the hell out of it. Went into the Army and came back and continued to play the hell out of it because the game is actually that good. I still own Day of Reckoning Part 2. I own all 4 WWE games on the GameCube still. So the first game I bought on GameCube was WrestleMania 18. So gradually each wrestling game kept getting better and better. Now over on the Xbox, you couldn't really say the same because the WWE games on Xbox were questionable to say the least, like Raw 2, WrestleMania 21. Pretty bad games. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but yeah, if you owned the GameCube, you were very, very, very lucky when it came to wrestling games. And you're about to see the blood in this game. It's actually pretty awesome. Wait till you see this. Look at that. You got blood all over the freaking mat. I mean, they weren't messing around when it came to blood in this game, because you can actually bleed all over the place. And the blood will actually dry up on the mat. You can see the blood all over the place. Look at that. That's freaking disgusting. You'll never ever see that in a wrestling game nowadays. It's freaking crazy as hell. And if you have 4 people playing at the same time, it's like mayhem. It's like insane. Not only are the graphics good, but the gameplay is awesome. The game is definitely closely resembles something that you'll see in a Smackdown and an AKI game combined together. Is definitely, in my opinion, the next best thing from what No Mercy was. I mean, No Mercy was the wrestling game back in the day, the best. But the next best would be, in my opinion, Day of Reckoning Part 2. This game is awesome. Look at this.